Let's start with a short exercise. I want you to think of a leader that you respect, admire, and strive to emulate. Got that person? Okay, now take a moment and think about why they came to mind. What makes them stand out to you? I'm gonna pause, think of that person, think of why, and while you do, I'm gonna write a few descriptive words of my person. I would bet it's not what they can do, how good they are at project management or public speaking, but instead these people came to mind because of their character. That's what left an impression. Qualities like humility, transparency, thoughtfulness, generosity, or being a good listener. For the longest time, I thought good leaders were just lucky. They were born that way, or they happened to blossom into these titans of influence. But in reality, we know that it comes from their desire to keep learning, to pursue their highest potential, and the fact that they surround themselves with others to help them grow. Good leaders, the leaders we all thought of earlier, recognize what matters most is the people they lead with, they learn from, and they collaborate alongside of. When great leaders see an issue, they take ownership, they jump into action, and when they receive recognition, they pass it on to their teams and peers. There's a temptation, though, to do it alone. You've probably heard the phrase, it's lonely at the top. And sure, that can be true given the weight of responsibility. But does it have to be true in how a leader operates? When we lead in isolation, our decision-making suffers. Our ego starts to tell us we're the only ones that matter, and we begin to see our teams as people executing our plans rather than partners in a shared mission. We stop listening, convinced that we have all the answers. But when we lead with others, learning together, building strong teams, that's where great things can happen. We create an environment where team members can challenge one another, learn together, and keep one another accountable in real time. I'm reminded of a company in our Emerging Teams program that over the past year, while there's 4 participants from 2 different locations, they went through some tough changes, a manufacturing move, layoffs, a restructuring, and more. But not once did I hear, "It's all up to me. I'm alone in this." Instead, they supported each other, learned together, and held one another accountable. Ultimately, they even became a higher trust, stronger team. So, as you reflect back to the leader you want to be like, remember this: the leaders you admire didn't get there by accident. They were intentional about their development, and it's very likely that they surrounded themselves with others, working together, learning together, and holding one another accountable in the pursuit of that shared vision.